Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for the very first episode of Lost Alice. And, yeah, we're trying something new here because I have never done this before. This is one of the mobile games that was brought over to a Facebook version, and I've had a few requests for this, so we'll give it a shot. We'll start with the prologue here, obviously. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Prologue. I felt a restlessness in my heart. The burning sensation was forcing me to hurry. Without knowing where to go, I just kept walking, driven to continue moving forward. Where I reached out was... Huh? My eyes opened wide in astonishment. Then I finally realized I had lost consciousness. Beyond my reach, I found the unfamiliar ceiling above me. What? Question? It was too distorted to call it an ordinary room. I had never seen such a weird place before. Where am I? There was irritation in those words. It wasn't because I was lying down on a cold, hard floor. Indescribable emotions that were neither anger nor despair twisted my heart. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I feel dizzy. No, it's more like pain. Having exhaled to chase away these sickening feelings, I sat up. What a strange cave. There was a clock embedded in the twisted wall, and cards sprouting from the slanting floor. It was a mysterious place, with no telling of night or day. What was I doing here again? Wait, who am I?
You're Alice.
What? Question. Alice! A sudden voice struck me. I reflexively looked back and found the man standing right before me.
Good morning, Alice.
Lingering drowsiness I may have had instantly swept away. This man of singular beauty had such an amazing, deep crimson hair and eyes. I was completely lost in admiration, but calmly responded to him. I'm not Alice. I confidently replied. My name wasn't Alice. I'm Iris. Iris Riedel. After I dug into my memories and gave him my name, he stared back at me with an obvious look of curiosity in his eyes. There was a glow of amusement and mischief in his rose-colored eyes.
Nice to meet you, Alice. I'm Joker Braze.
Joker Braze. Oh yeah, he's pretty. And by the way, you can read his route currently on Rob's channel, Brotome Time, Otome Adventures. He's got a couple head days start on me, so you can watch a couple of them already. Nice to meet you, Mr. Braze. I sarcastically greeted this man, who still called me by the wrong name. However, he did not seem to care in the least. His lips were still curled upward from ear to ear.
So, Alice, what were you so worried about? You forgot who you were, huh?
Indeed. Do you know something? You've been talking like you do.
Nothing important. I just saw you come out of a giant mirror. You've been sleeping here ever since.
A giant mirror? I was puzzled for a moment. This giant mirror sounded familiar. Oh yeah, I did go through it. And I chose to do so of my own will. Huh. Not fully convinced, I decided to deal with the situation. Oh, where's the mirror? All I could see were mysterious walls. There was no mirror in sight.
I guess it's gone.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm still kind of sick and I'm having a difficult time pulling off the voice that I really want for her. I promise I'll do better in future videos. I guessed it wasn't his problem. I can recall nothing. All I can remember is my name and the mirror I went through.
Oh, what are you going to do, Alice?
Joker creased his eyes and gave me a mischievous smile.
In this situation, any other dainty sensitive girl would have a tear-stained face with loneliness and confusion, right? I don't mind comforting you.
Well, it's the thought that counts. Because I know I'm not that weak. Rather, I couldn't let myself get lost and confused because of this odd predicament. So, Joker, was it? Let me excuse myself. I need to get going.
Where to? You don't remember anything.
Yes, that's why I have to go. If I don't have any memories, I must go searching for my identity, despair, and hope. I wanted to find me,
Alice, you're one tough.
I told you, my name is not Alice. You're mixing me up with someone else. I headed toward the light, trying to find myself. The Lost Woods. That doesn't sound promising. At the end of the cave, the dense forest spread as far as my eyes could see. A sign was hanging from the branch of an oddly growing tree, giving me doubtful direction. What is more, the forest was cloaked in a light fog, making it almost impossible to see what was ahead. Something didn't seem right about this place either. It felt like this place shouldn't be of this world. It was a curious sensation, as it were, to wander into the land of dreams.
My Alice!
I heard a strange man calling out to me from behind. There was an oddly sweet tone to his voice, as if he were whispering into my ear. That was how he talked. Furthermore, another man besides Joker who called me Alice appeared. It was obvious there was something peculiar about this person as well. Excuse me, but my name? I tried turning around to give him a piece of my mind. Suddenly, the man tightly wrapped his arms around me from behind. Ugh!
My Alice, I missed you so much.
His arms were surprisingly gentle and sweet. It didn't seem like he was planning on doing anything malicious to me. Rather, it seemed like he was overflowing with love and care. But what do you think you're doing? And who are you? It was absolute nonsense to experience a sudden embrace by a man I've never seen before. Despite my effort to free myself, he did not care in the slightest.
My dearest Alice, I'm Kyle.
Kyle Knock, the Cheshire Cat. Hello, Kyle. Now, could you get your hands off me? I'm sorry, but I'm not your Alice. How could I expect to be mistaken for someone by two strangers in such a short time? There must be someone named Alice who looks like me around here.
Don't worry, I'm not mistaking you for someone else. You are the one, my Alice.
Having whispered with a gentle, sweet voice, I was starting to feel a little embarrassed. Okay, but just let me go, Kyle. I struggled to break free. However, his arms did not even budge.
Why?
Because
I've been waiting for you for so long. And now we're finally together. Can't I at least hug you a little longer?
That has nothing to do with me. I don't feel comfortable. So please, let me go. I tried forcing myself out of his arms with all my might.
It's hard to believe that a girl as cute as you can be such a tomboy.
Saying that in an amused tone, his arms slightly loosened as he let out a sigh. I took the chance to release myself and turned around to face the stranger. The young man had cat ears on his head, but this unique look didn't frighten me at all. Ugh, you! I let out a deep breath and gave him a cold stare. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm not this Alice you've been waiting for, but if you don't want her to hate you, then you need to learn how to treat girls.
Real funny, my Alice.
I'm not your Alice. How many times?
I don't feel the need to learn how to treat women. Because I'm not after other women. The only one person I desire is you, Alice.
I could see what he meant. If he were after a particular Alice, it'd be pointless to generalize his behavior. She might like this uniqueness, even though many people wouldn't appreciate it. I guess that's the way he is. This man who called himself Kyle added a few more things into the discussion.
I've been waiting for you longer than anybody else. I know that for a fact. So, Alice, come, leap into my arms. I'll make sure you don't regret it.
I think I'll pass. I turned down his passionate invitation. There was nothing exciting about being seduced by a guy who called you another woman's name. But Kyle didn't seem to be disappointed, just snickered as if he were amused in a way. Nothing you do makes sense to me. And those cat ears of his, they're probably attached to his head. As I calmly observe him, a tail with a ribbon was swaying slowly. I guess I shouldn't call him a strange person anymore, but more like a strange cat. Excuse me, Kyle, I must go.
Alice, wait.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Do you really have somewhere you can go?
I was at a loss for words. I have neither a destination nor memories. His words bewildered me, and he looked at me as if he saw right through my mind. But there was no time to stand around. I had to keep moving forward. I mustered up the nerve and began speaking my mind. I need to go find myself.
Where are you going?
Oh, my house. I'm going home. Once I got home, I could figure out who I am.
Your house, eh?
Kyle slowly repeated what I said, and his eyes creased in a meaningful manner.
Do you really have a place you can call home, Alice?
What do you know about me? His expression could be considered friendly, but there was a distant coldness in his eyes, as if they were made from amethyst, beautiful with a somewhat mysterious glow. Kyle, if you know where I live, then I beg you, please tell me.
Don't waste your time.
A new voice cut me off as I began to ask Kyle for his help.
We're leaving.
Huh? What? As I stood there in a daze, the newcomer grabbed me by the arm and began to take me somewhere. Kyle did nothing, just grinned as he watched us walk away. And I'm not going to struggle against this? I glanced over at the man and noticed how virile he was in appearance. He had beautiful jet black hair under his silk hat. He may have taken me away all of a sudden, but I was walking at my pace. It seemed having gentlemanly behavior was part of his nature. However, where are we going? Are you taking me to my house?
No.
Then who are you? Don't you think your approach was a little too aggressive? As I looked at my arm, the young man appeared to be at a loss for words. He probably realized his action wasn't polite. I guess he has more sense than Kyle. There might be a good reason for this well-mannered man to do something like this. It was right when he was about to tell me his name. I felt his expression clouded over in a way.
I'm Luke Estheim. I'm the Hatter.
You sell hats? There was something odd about him telling me his occupation right after his name. Do you know me? Perhaps he wasn't much of a talker. After a long walk, we finally made our way out of the mysterious forest. Tea party! Is it a mad tea party? An adorable tea party was taking place. The blooming blue roses in the hedges around us were like the one Luke had. But everything felt crooked. Furthermore, the sweets and plates on the table were all over the place. Luke stopped by the table and let go of my arm before breaking the silence.
You shouldn't listen to the Cheshire Cat. He would just lead you astray.
The Cheshire Cat? Are you talking about Kyle? That was the only person that made sense based on what I knew. So, Luke took me away forcefully because of Kyle. His silence let me know that my assumption was correct. I only remember my name, and the mirror I went through by my own will. So, Luke, do you know anything? Oh, come on, man, speak a little. If he wasn't going to talk, then I would. He might lend an ear to what I had to say, even though there was a possibility of another silence. You know, I woke up in a strange cave. Everyone is calling me Alice here. I don't know who in the world they could be confusing me with.
They aren't confusing you with anyone.
He suddenly said with certainty, causing my eyes to waver in bewilderment. What do you mean?
Everyone is calling you Alice because that is what you decided to be.
Ugh! I couldn't even ask him why. I stood motionless as the mysterious voice whispered in my mind that his words were the undeniable truth. The voice continued.
Whose Alice will you become?
And that's it for the prologue. Now we have to choose a guy, and of course we're going to be playing Luke Estheim. You know, your options are Kyle Nuck, the Cheshire Cat, Joker Braze, who Rob is reading on his channel currently, and this guy looks quite interesting, and I would love to play him later on. I wonder if he's one of the kings. Is he... Or maybe he's just like the king in the chess set then. And this, I think, must be the March Hare, because he doesn't look like the White Rabbit. But anyway, we'll be choosing Luke in the next video. So hope to see you there to continue this story. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.